y'all. Welcome to Pearls of Eden. Thank you for joining me. And I want to talk to you about witchcraft. You know, it's running rampant all through our society. You can't even go to a bookstore, you all, without seeing Ouija boards, spell books, tarot cards, Harry Potter section all over the place, right? You want to be a sorcerer? Hey, that's no big deal, right? Come on, let me show you how to cast a spell. Hocus pocus stuff, right? You all, there is no reason in this world why a believer should have access and should open these doors. But the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. See, it's more than just fun and games. You know, the world would make it seem as though, hey, you know, it's just a good time, you know, have a little fear factor, you know. No. You as a believer have no business watching these shows with mediums where they are contacting the dead. The Bible says, you all, that a necromancer, a witch, suffer them not to live. You are not supposed to have contact with the dead, and that is a conversation that is a whole nother topic by itself, because you all, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And it's called a familiar spirit, you all. When you think you're talking to your loved one, that is not your loved one, but that is actually what the Bible calls a familiar spirit. All right, let's go on to the next thing. You psychics, these spiritual mediums that think they're talking to the dead, telling you all about your future, all of those things, the only one that should be telling you about your future is the Most High God. Now, we've been talking a lot lately about the counterfeits and the original. God has prophets that come with revelatory words that can see and share a word about the future, the past, and all of those things. True enough. But psychics, they access the spiritual realm illegally. They do not have legal access, right? So you get a mixture. You get a lot of lies and a little bit of truth. So you are to have no part of that. Now, let's talk about astrology, y'all. What's the big deal, right? You just know what's your sign, and then you see who you're compatible with. Well, you're letting the science of astrology tell you who your friends should be, who you should marry, who's, you know, all of these things you're letting plan your future, right? Instead of trusting that God is the Alpha and the Omega, and He is the one before the foundations of the world who has planned your future. But when you trust in these things, well, you're saying Jesus isn't enough, because you're thinking, hey, I just need a little something. Crystals. What do you need a crystal? A crystal cannot do anything for you, okay? Sage. We see believers over here all through TikTok, Instagram, doing sage. That is of the enemy. There is no sage that's going to clean your atmosphere. You want to cleanse your atmosphere, you better do it through some praise and worship. But because it looks like it's harmless, believers are falling for it. That's why your girl is here, and I'm speaking out against it and on it, right? What are some other things, you all? Ouija boards, you all. This is something that people, they know it's not a good idea, but they still want to get that little scare. They want to get that fear factor, not realizing that they're opening themselves up to the demonic, because you're talking to familiar spirits. And child, once you give the enemy access, he gonna walk right on in and bring a few of his friends, okay? So you have to teach your children about this stuff, because if you don't teach your children why they should not be talking about they a Scorpio and a Libra, then guess what? They gonna be going around here talking about all of these things, right? Giving the enemy place. And the Bible says, give no place to the enemy, y'all. But I know it's in your Second and Charles, it's in your Books a Million, it's on your Netflix, it's on Disney Plus. So, you know, witchcraft just seems like it's not a big deal these days, but it's a lie from the enemy, because what he wants to do is kind of dull your senses, make it seem like it's normal, desensitize you to it, when in actuality, you all, it's causing quite a mess. All right, quite a mess in so many people's lives. So, what else? What else we got? Tarot cards, y'all. Nobody know your future but the Most High God. Now, like I said, the enemy goes into the spiritual realm and he taps illegally and can see some things here and there, but it's a mixture, okay? And then you go around and you come into agreement with this stuff. Oh, yeah, really? And then voila, you done came into agreement with the enemy. If you don't train your children, the world's going to train them. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So you don't teach them about what's that other one? Santeria. You don't teach them about all this stuff. Guess who's going to teach them? The world. You don't teach them that they ain't no Libra and they ain't a Pisces. Guess who's gonna tell them who they are? The world. If you don't tell them that they don't need to be talking to no dead people and calling up spiritists and all of this and watching all of these medium shows thinking it's a good time, guess what? The world will say, hey, it ain't a big deal. You have to train up and instruct your children in the way to go. Okay? And we got a lot of believers who let their children watch Harry Potter movies, Harry Potter books. They go into the school systems and they say, hey, we're doing a book report on Harry Potter. Oh, yeah. That's a lie. Not today, Satan. Not my child. So you got to know these things. So it doesn't matter if you're going to look cray-cray and you're going to look like that parent. You got to stand for what's right? There have been many times that I have said, no, my child will not do that book report. Where is the alternative? Nope. Okay? And if you send that book home, it might just get burned. It may not even come back to you, okay? So be very careful what you send home with my child. All right? So I just wanted to give y'all, a little bit of, a lesson on what to stay away from, because every night, no fail, on YouTube Shorts, we got people doing live tarot card readings. Y'all just scroll on by, rebuke it and scroll on by, because give no place to the enemy. All right, guys, y'all be great.